Hey everybody, Zero, and how is everybody doing on this really lovely summer day, even though it's fall? Well, for me it is at least. I'm back after a little over a week break. Had some stuff to figure out and, just get done. Mostly I've been working. Actually, it's for us at this time of year, it is beautiful. Good morning, Rebecca. Thanks for coming in. Just saying that I have been on a self-imposed sabbatical. That's what I was looking for. Sometimes you get just too overwhelmed with shit. So it took care of me. How is the levels? Is the music interfering with, or should I turn it down a little bit? Let me know, please. Hi, Kate. Wanda. Happy to see you here. Is it a little loud? Okay, I will bring it down then. Hang on a sec. Wrong button. Hang on. Hey. Come on, you dummy. There it is. How's that? Okay. Good? Are we good? Are we good? Liar, pants on fire. Hi, Kate.
Hi! I'm late. Oh shit, I'm late.
It was, honestly, I kind of just did this off the cuff of my head. I wasn't really planning, but this morning's fuckery just kind of okay, vacation's over. I need to talk.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, it's been so freaking hectic for me. Everybody knows behind the scenes what's been going on, but oh my goodness, Lord, I am so lost. I've missed so much. What's going on? Fill me in. Hey, everybody.
I got to tell you, I took some time off too, especially our favorite topic. Just because at some point you just can't anymore, and I had to
I know.
off. So she's been up to all sorts of shit, tagging me, which I've removed her ability to tag me in anything. So
good for you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out too. I'm gonna have to figure that out too. And the only thing I saw was I came in late last night, and there was something about why she was going around a restaurant talking to random people. That just flipped me out. I don't know, but I guess we'll get to that later. But other than that, I am lost. I know the other train wrecks. I'm sure there's lots to talk about. So yes, darling.
There is. Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Pardon me. So what I gather is she's gone and tried to pass off some medical exam she had as a surgical go-ahead for a gastric bypass. Now she's having revision. And we all know that's not true, only because she hasn't quit smoking and she hasn't altered her diet in any conceivable way. She's still eating junk food. So,
well, exactly. Come on.
I mean, she's trying to convince of this, but it's,
Nobody cares. Everybody's over the shit.
Yeah, big
I mean,
time over it. Big time over
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And and
Nobody's gonna get. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. And she's objecting to MT's use of the word general manager. Now, I don't know Texas. Maybe in some restaurants, general manager is used just for store manager or head manager, or I don't know. But she's taken offense to that term. So I guess she was trying to prove that she can go into a restaurant and pretend she's a manager, a skit. And I'm going,
oh my God.
did you look at the look on Carlos's face?
Oh my God. And
embarrassed.
and the other employees, they were laughing at her.
Yeah.
And finally they were giving her such weird looks, apparently, that she finally had to go, it's a skit. You stupid bitch. Oh my God. And again, the only time I am ever going to believe she has anything done, and I hope she's listening, is I want to hear in authority somebody say this was a gastric bypass revision, and I want to see all the stuff. I don't want to hear, paperwork. The cardiology stuff she put up was a new patient. Why would she be a new patient?
Exactly.
Huh?
Thank you for pointing it out. We had a bit of a giggle on that one.
Yeah, so come on. And again, who cares? Nobody cares. Honey, we've moved on to other train wrecks. So go somewhere else, because you're not going to get no more attention. It's because that's what you're doing it for. You're a little tension whore.
Yeah.
So go on elsewhere, because you're old news. It's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. And I'm sorry, I wouldn't believe none of it, even if the sweet Lord Jesus come down and asked me to. Sorry. Ain't doing it. So, she's a master at manipulation. And the one thing that I did want to bring up, that we were talking about this in the car on the way home, is, she keeps going on and on about her past. What does my past have to do with anything? What does my past have to do with it? What is my past record? Honey, I got news for you. Your past behavior predicts future behavior. So look that up with all your associate degrees. Again, I hope you're happy, because this is the last time you're getting any kind of attention, honey. We've moved on. There's way better fish than you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and she's still going on about that associate's degree in business. In
business now. Yeah.
She was reading a Google page on what the duties of a general manager.
I heard her read. You could tell. Yeah, she's reading it. You can tell. It's like, oh my God, this is hilarious. So again, it's all old shit. Nobody gives a shit. There never was a first bypass. Get all that straight. So again, she's a master at manipulation. Who knows? I don't care what she's going to do. She's who cares?
Manipulating the same people, or she's trying to convince the same people. She doesn't.
Well, exactly. And guess what? That we all know better, and we don't care. We don't care. People are living their lives. People are busy. Life's been hectic. I haven't even been around for a while. And, it was actually, Kathy, it was glorious. I mean, speaking of glory be, it was glorious. I mean, we did have some fun out of it, because my birthday happened in the midst of all that kerfuffle. And
happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. And so, but we had fun still. We got, we took care of the seriousness of the issues, and so it is what it is. It's going to be a long-term event. Like I said, people know behind the scenes what's going on. So yeah, it's not a happy event, but you get through it. It's part of life. Shit happens.
Yep.
And so to not think about any drama or anything, it was nice. The drama at hand was enough. So, but so I don't understand what these people think, and this isn't just her. This is for the list of wackadoodles. Yes. Nobody gives a shit when we click off and go about our business, or having fun in Discord, or doing whatever. We ain't thinking about you. We ain't thinking, and again, accept a point and go, really? Yeah, I get it. And that's the end of it, and we move on. Because like I said, we've got more interests going on right now that are more fun, actually.
Way more interesting. way more interesting.
Nickname. I haven't seen you in forever. Thank you, B. I appreciate that. I know. I haven't even been behind the scenes much either. So I mean, I went behind the scenes to tell everybody what was going on, but just other than that, it's just and thank you again for all the well wishes behind the scenes. I appreciate that. But she doesn't understand. A lot of these people don't understand. They need to get out and smell the air. It's fall. It's crisp. It's wonderful. It has pumpkin spice in it. Yes. So, I mean, come on. Get out there. Touch the grass. I mean, play in the leaves. It's just, there's going to be so much fun. And, again, nobody's believing nothing. So, again, moving right along. I hope everybody else has been really good. So, it has. Yeah, I mean, it's just been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to show me how to do that, dear, how to block that. Because, like, why are you tagging me in your stupidity? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Have the surgery. Don't have it. I mean, I know you're not going to have it. You know you're not going to have it. And the rest of the world knows you're not going to have it. So there we go. Who cares?
You know what it is? It's because she is not being talked about. So she'll let it go for a few days, and then she'll start in on these stupid little videos she deletes, and then it just escalates the more we ignore her.
Oh, exactly.
I had shit to deal with and work out, and even my live streaming today is a distraction for something that I have to face in a couple of hours. But you know what? It's okay. This is the way I deal with it.
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah. So I really, really, really wasn't paying attention to her until MT went live with his back and forth with her. I went, oh God! So I had to listen.
Well, exactly. I haven't. It's been so long. When we were coming home, I'm like, he was getting curious. So I think he was actually getting kind of nosy too. He's like, you haven't checked in on the gang yet? And I said, oh, nah, they got everything. They're taking care of business, I'm sure. Everybody's doing what they need to be doing. And so, I just went ahead and peeked in, and I saw some stuff, and I'm like, oh, wow, MT hadn't been around in a while. He was back for a little bit. But I really didn't have a chance to sit down and watch, stuff through and through. I just saw little things here and there. And I was like, why are we in restaurants proving this and acting weird? And, why am I being tagged in her stupid medical shit? Because I don't care. And again, and tagging everybody else too, and it's like, they don't care. Let go. Be like Frozen and let it sail away in your fake cruise. Take it with you. Yeah, and you do know, by the way, that I am there behind the scenes for you, my dear, if you need me. So just holler.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll let you know in Discord what's going on.
All right, no problem, darling. But so, hey, Ro, how's it going, darling? I'm gonna say I miss everybody. I haven't seen some of these people in forever. It's like,
it's home. Well, I've seen them in other chats, but I type once in a while, but it's okay. Like I was in Gigi's on Saturday? Was it Saturday? And yeah, just saying hi and acknowledging in there. But I'm not actively participating in it. And and there's a lot of communities that I go to that I don't. I am the silent observer.
Mm-hmm. I do too. Yeah, I've got a few
to chime in, even though I'm going to do it today, only because everybody's talking about it, and I've got a few things to say.
Awesome, and you could fill me in.
Oh gosh. Well, let's okay. We've moved past dumbass here, and we're moving on to the drunken stream of Angey Lee.
Oh my God!
What the hell?
You know what? I kind of, where I last left off was her and Bounty was beefing again, doing whatever. And it's like, the usual stuff. They'll be friends again tomorrow. It's all fine, because it's the same thing. I'm sorry I was drunk. But I guess this is going just a little bit deeper because stuff, because it's clear these people talk to each other behind the scenes. And that's where, they're taking their behind the scenes shit and making it public. Okay.
Yeah.
And, she said something about him. So he posted pictures of drugs. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And, I'm sorry, you don't get over your little meth problem in just a couple months when you're showing that. I mean, we're not talking about just a little bit. I mean, that was some serious chunks there. And I was like, whoa. So I don't care what she says. And you could tell she's wasted. I don't understand how she does not realize that you can tell. And her being the martyr bullshit, that ain't flying either.
No, it is funny how people seem to think that they can get one over. Well, it's like, well, now we have to go back to dumbass, because we knew exactly when she was off her medications. Even though she was, I'm in regular, doctor's been prescribed, no.
Well, exactly. And yeah, and
No.
she's trying to, I remember a little while ago, she was trying to derail that shit. Because, well, first, when it started back even further than that, she didn't want to acknowledge she was drinking again. Oh, I'm just going to drink for a little while, just for a little while for my birthday. Well, that was a year ago. And she started drinking heavily again. And now we're talking heavily, heavily. And somebody who'd had sobriety for 7 years, that was just heartbreaking to see.
Well, yeah. I mean, what? Just so you could impress a bunch of other
exactly
that have issues with alcohol, and no shade, that issue is in my family, unfortunately, not me.
Oh, sure, yeah, me too, and not me either.
So I'm not shading people with problems regarding.
No, not at all.
But deliberately did it to fit in.
Exactly. She had already. Right, because she'd already had a firm place in that community. I mean, she'd already been acknowledged in the community, well-liked in the community. Now, you could tell the people that had problems, because when, the first couple times her and Bounty had problems, their feelings were coming out. Yeah, that's okay. Some of them were like glad that she was, going to hit the road. And well, then of course, in a couple days later, they made up, and now you've got to go, well, yeah, I said that. So you got to come clean. So she is not, because she comes in like a tornado that's what she did over at Munching. And, I'm sorry, we pegged that girl from the get-go.
Yep.
Nickname, boy, she was on it too, because Nickname and I've been close for quite some time, and we were behind the scenes going, okay, girl, are you seeing this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing this. And we just did not want some of our very good friends to go by the wayside in the clutches of the claw, and I saw what was happening, and and it was up to him to make his own choices, and he did. And he came around, and he finally saw what was going on and went, oh my God. So, and again, the only real reason, and I hate to throw him under the bus, I hope he's not watching, because he'll absolutely kill me. But the only reason that he was being friendly was it was pissing someone else off. And so that's why he was doing it. I bought, me, people, I have my Discord still. Yeah. So, and that's what he told me. So I get it. But so she's just been a thorn everywhere, and she can't accept that she has any fault in anything. She came at me, she started calling me names and shit. Please don't think that, people, especially people I know like me, are going to come back and go, girl, hey, you might want to put this girl straight. So yeah, when she did come into Annie's, I wasn't real warm and fuzzy with her.
Right.
So there's that. And people knew that. And, most of them didn't like her either. So I wasn't the only hammer. Let's put it that way. But I got blamed quite a bit because of the history and the reputation and whatever. And I don't care. I admitted I did it. And I did admit, and I did apologize to Annie that, yeah, I did it a couple times when she told me not to. But that's all water under the bridge. But, now she's getting into drugs, and serious drugs at that.
Bringing strangers into her
home,
where her fun is.
And I'm just like, girl, What are you thinking? I mean, you just want to reach through the screen and shake her and go, hey, don't do this.
So the two little streams I saw this morning was, I guess Annie J. I guess she's Annie J. She's not our Annie J, but another one.
No.
Mostly
Yeah, I think
on Monty's panel.
yeah, she's been around for a while at Bounties because I believe she had a different name before. It was Peppermint something.
Yeah, yeah. Sort of
Yes, and then she started using her name.
Right.
Right.
So she, no, I don't know the background to it, but the two short clips that Angey was trying to flex is what really happened, but you read her comment section and they're calling bullshit.
Right.
She,
I got people
one other time, had called Ron a fag. Now, he's got that word, his name tag. So that is it. I'm of the school that if you call me a cunt, I get to call you a fag. If you're gay, you don't get to attack my femaleness without me going for your maleness.
And I gotta say this, you know, some timelines were wrong again from what I was told about how long I've been around. Annie had gastric bypass last year. She didn't, her lap band was removed before that. So yes, I've been around for a while, almost, I think it's a little over 3 years, not by much. Yeah. I'd have to go look, but it's pretty close. So again, with the timelines, you know, honey, lie somewhere else. I mean, I'm over you. So you just keep my name out your mouth. And, but so, I mean, she came in like that and she just expected everyone to just, I don't know, like her, do whatever, respect, whatever. But no. I'm not going to respect you if you start saying shit about me.
No.
So no, I'm not going to respect you. And I am going to defend myself.
And she went into James's after she had her big blow up with Bounty, expecting everybody to, you know, kowtow. You know, James may like her, but his chat does not.
Exactly.
And Hero being the hero of my heart that night, kicked her ass out.
Right.
Because
did you really?
She did. Because I had emailed, I don't think she did it because of me, but I did email her and say, you know what, if she's back in the chat or going to be on panel, I have to exit. Because I like to respect that this is his channel and he can have anybody he wants there, but I need to exit stage left.
Well, and that's fine, and that's the adult thing to do. And but you know what? If there's other people in there and they're already having a conversation, you don't have to address her.
True enough, but once she gets up on panel now, she thinks she owns the store. And you know, Bounty did it with her. You know, she was co-hostess, you know, and she was I don't like that person. You should block them. You know, like, what are you, in your mid-40s? And she talks like a middle schooler? Yeah.
Exactly.
No. I've got a lot of patience, but there are a couple of people that I just can't. I go cross-eyed.
No, I agree. I agree.
I'll come in and like stream and say hi, but I'm out. But,
exactly. Because I mean, again, because you shouldn't be telling people who they can talk to and who they have to talk to. No. So if that's her problem, and she should expect that. If she wants to come in and say hi to the host, fine, come say hi to the host. But it's not up to me to sit there and talk to you, especially after our history. No, what would you expect? Oh, I'll talk to you if you want. But you ain't gonna like what I say.
I'm into, even in this panel, if my chat really, really, really dislikes a troublemaker, and I know they're a troublemaker, I'm going to trust my people. Oh, I'm sorry I said that. That's not what I think of you as my people. But I know,
but it's your stream, it's your live, it's your live.
And if there is such an objection to this person being there, I'm going to ask them to leave. I'm not going to block you.
Exactly.
You know.
Right. Right.
I'm not a mean person. I'm not Hitler on my streams. I've seen other people just scream at their chat, and I'm like, what the hell?
Right, that's not necessary. Because again,
No.
come on. Whenever we've got on here and talked, Kathy, we've never. I mean, yes, I've been at my wit's end with sometimes, and my mouth gets away from me. Amen. Yes, it does. But for the most part, we try to discuss things like adults.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
It's
like
our
to keep it
opinions,
that
yes,
way.
but we try to, to not sit there and name call and be vulgar and be nasty. There's no need for it.
Yeah. And I like having a conversational stream. There's are a lot of reactors out there, and I don't think I'm a reactor. I like to talk about the shit that's been going on, but I'm not playing anybody's videos. It's all been
No,
done.
we're just
And
gossiping.
I will tell you where to watch it. I'm happy to do that.
Sure.
And if I remember, I'll list it all in the description below. But let's just talk.
Right, we're gossiping. I mean, we're talking about what we've been seeing going on the YouTube streets, and there it is.
There we go. And I have to thank dumbass for that, because she was striking me all the time. I'm going, yeah, you know what? It ain't worth it. It really isn't worth it.
Mm-mm. Nope. And finally, people got to see, because I'm sorry, even at Annie, she wasn't well liked either. I mean, come on. She had already, that's how we met her.
Yeah.
She came at Annie and did a video, and we're all like, wait a minute. No. Huh. And and then, of course, the negs and the reaction, the spaghetti sauce, and Miss Thing, she did the reaction as well. And, that's how we got involved in all of that. Well, and then she, of course, did her usual Angey Lee special and started doing lives and screeching. Well, Red and MT went over and started harassing her in one of her lives. And that's how she came to come over to Red's.
Yeah.
So, and then she forced her way in over there. And, oh my goodness gracious. I never worried about Red because Holly and Diz had his back. Now, lots of us we had fun at Red's. Let's admit it. We had fun at Red's. He was a character and a half. And, and I think it was all good fun. It was clean fun. It was never, harm intent. Red could fight Candy. Candy could fight Red. But it just was what it was. So, but she had to interfere. And if she wasn't the center of attention, then it was a problem. So, and it was just like, really? And then it just,
look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, it's just like she would do any, and I don't think, and everybody's like, oh, well, of course we got nudes. Who hasn't she sent nudes to? She sent nudes to everybody. I mean, there was an X-rated Discord at one point. And I know one of us did click on that link. I'm sorry, but I don't click on strange links. I learned that a long time ago. A long time ago. But one of us did click on that link. They got an eyeful. And we heard about that. Oh, that was funny, though. I just can't imagine. I just shook my head and went, oh, God, no, I'm blind. Where's the bleach? Stop. What is it with people? No, I just can't. So, yeah. But anyway, she was first to do that. I mean, honey, if you wanted that, there you go. There it was.
I wanted to touch on what Rebecca has put up here. So I missed that, but apparently she's going to get some back child support from the father. And what I'm assuming here, she's treating herself, and that money is supposed to go to her son.
Of course. Are you shocked? I'm not shocked.
I'm outraged.
Well, because the more I learned about her, honestly, the more I did come to dislike her. And
I don't get the people that support her. I don't. I mean, you're supporting a child abuser. She may not physically
Exactly.
hurt him, but she's financially hurting him. She's neglectful. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but I'm going to throw SA in there because she's bringing strange men home. She says by her own mouth she has loud sex. Her
Well, I
son
mean,
confronted her about it.
yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, yes. So I'm sorry. I'm throwing that initial in there because that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Now there's a special word. Cannot remember what it is. It's like child essay abuse, but by talking about it and maybe leaving porn on the TV or something like that, but you don't actually touch the child. There's a special word for it, and I'm not saying she's done that, but by showing her, by bringing strange men in, having these sessions, talking about it openly in a small apartment, her son can hear.
Well, exactly, because she streams right from, it looks like her living
Yeah,
room.
yeah, exactly. And so I'm sorry. That is, in my eye, in my view, and I'm sure technically that is assault. She should be ashamed, but you know what? She doesn't have any shame.
Well, and that's just been it all along, though. That's just been all along, Kathy. That's how she's been from the minute I've ever laid eyes on the woman. That's how she's been.
Yeah.
And it's just been, I sit back and just am amazed at the stuff that she thinks is okay. I mean, nobody should have to tell her that that's inappropriate. You shouldn't have to tell her that.
Yeah.
She's 40. It's not like she's in her 20s and she's kind of a rookie and she's young. She's 40. So stop. I mean, that's all she cares about is YouTube. She doesn't care. She tried to blame not long ago, that she had this infection in her nose. And it was from this, it was from that, it was from this. No, it wasn't. It was from doing so much coke and stuff, or snorting however you do meth. I don't even know how to do meth, but however you do that, it was screwing you up. And and it's just, and again, and I know, because I remember one time Bounty was even horrified at the thought, oh, if you're doing meth, I don't want anything to do with you. Well, here she's trying to send it to people. Does she realize? I mean, every time I peeked in, she's been so drunk. It's been embarrassing.
Which brings us back to her two short little videos she put up, where she was yelling at Annie. Like I said, I don't know what went on before or after, but she was, using that word at Ron, and and Angey being performatively outraged and flapping her bingo wings around, and drunk off her ass and trying to be in, nobody talks to my friends, like that kind of a thing. Exactly. It goes both ways. It goes well, and like I said, I'm tit for tat. If you're gonna call me a cunt, I'm gonna call you what hurts you. That's just it. That's my rules of engagement. If you want to have a civilized discussion or argument, then I'm all for that. But if you're gonna start throwing nasty, I'm throwing it right back.
Oh, exactly. That's just it. My mouth has always got me in trouble, and it gets me in trouble in real life too. So hey, I mean it is what it is. But that's me, and I'm gonna, like I said, I don't have to go around and say stuff behind the scenes in a troll account or just whatever. Honey, here I am. Hi. 99% of the time I'm saying it is me, me, and because honestly, if I'm gonna insult someone or say something, I want them to know it was me that said it. I mean, why do I want a troll getting credit for something? No, that was me. I'm saying it. I'm going to say it. But again, I just don't understand what she doesn't get. I don't. I mean, maybe she should, and I have to just say this to Kate real quick. I think the kid, there's hope for the kid. I pray there is. because he's already confronted her and tried to talk to her. And he knows this is inappropriate, and he's tried to point it out to her and talk to her about it. But it's the same, probably the same conversation that we all ever got if you tried to talk to a couple of these women. You got shot down very quickly, blocked, you can't talk. And so, of course, it's kind of like, after a while, why you get tired of hearing this over and over and over when it's not true. So yeah, you're going to come on and defend yourself. So it's just the way it is. But she just doesn't get that. I mean, this is, she thinks, oh, this is my pot. It's my medicine. I have a prescription. Big deal. If you live in a state here that's legal, everybody's got a prescription. Sorry. Come on. That's how that works. So, and ever since it was legal in Canada, I bet you did have a prescription. I mean, here you can go across the street and the doctor will write you a script. You just tell them what you want. So please.
I've got 5 cannabis stores within 3 blocks of where my house sits.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So, it is what it is. And, and nobody's, I can't, because that'd be like the pot calling the kettle black. Because yes, I partake in it as well. But I'm waiting till my day is done. And I'm home, I'm in for the night, and I'm going to relax. And that helps with discomfort so much. And that is which I wish the whole United States that they would get for real with this and decriminalize it, so then they can let the states decide what they want to do, because the people have been very, very clear that this helps. And if you really want to help an opioid problem, yeah. And one of my brothers lives out on the West Coast, and he's been out there for a long time. And he remembers when Washington State and Oregon both legalized marijuana for recreational use. And, when I went out there and visited, I was just like, wow. I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I'm like, wow, this is really great. But, but crime, everything's much better out there as far as some of that concerns. Now, Oregon, not sure what the heck happened to Oregon. They kind of went off the map about some stuff, getting the hard drugs legalized, or where you can have so much. Now, let's not get carried away. But, I don't think marijuana is really any worse than alcohol. If you misuse alcohol, look what can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I just don't really think it's any different.
So my old ass creaks down to the cannabis store whenever I can.
Sister. Well, yeah. I mean, I'd much rather do that than take pain medication. So, that's much more pleasant. So, yeah, I would rather do that. So nobody's faulting her for doing some weed. That's not a big deal. But the attitude with some of this, like, it is. How are you affording, if because you don't work and you're not on permanent disability, as far as I know. Again, this is none of my business. I don't really care. But the life choices that you're making are clear that, your family is not happy with some of your choices, and you just don't care. Oh, well, I don't care. Fuck you is your response to all of it.
Yeah.
So, who cares what we think, but your child is telling you these things. So listen, get off your fake hair and do whatever, and pay attention to your
You're not looking like Gidget, so stop it with the Gidget look. It's stupid.
Well, but still, and now she's salty because she's gotten into it with some of these people, and it is what it is. This is pretty much how she is. And if they haven't figured it out for themselves by now, that's on them. That's on them. So I just don't understand this. It's like she's self-destructing, that she wants to self-destruct.
I don't know, because I think she's thinking this makes her not relevant. I don't want to say relevant. Just go down to the term she would probably use, popular. Look at me, I'm so cool. I honestly think that's where her mental is. She's still in high school. She thinks doing this makes her something. sending people her nudes, and what little I've seen, I wouldn't do it. Oh my God!
Yeah.
And I've heard a few men laugh behind her back about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And, I mean, for a long time, I never really paid attention. And even when she started drinking again, I was like, yeah, whatever. It's the same old stuff. We had other yappers yapping at our asses then. And it's like, yeah, okay, this is a little bit more important. But now the other one's old news. And, we have way more fun things to talk about now. But sure. I started a kind of again when I saw that, she was really getting, with the nose thing, and I peeked in from time to time, and she's just always so smug. She has this attitude that I'm just better than everyone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so high school or junior high, and she's flipping around her fake ponytail, and just going, oh Lord.
Well, yeah, and she's 40. Is she forgetting? And girl, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm 60 years old, but I'm not dead. I'm not a senior citizen, thanks. I feel like it sometimes, but not quite yet. I still go have fun. I still do stuff.
Yeah, we're the
shop, go out to eat. Yeah, I mean, you do shit. I mean, it just life. You live. So, but she's 40. She has so much more to do. If she would just get out there and do it. Now, she swears that she has this disability where she can't work. Why? You can go on these nature hikes, hop off fences and face plant, and you can go all these places and hump logs and everything else, but you can't go work? Huh?
Well,
I'm sure confused.
Disability, all sorts of fun things.
So I think that might be like the state's mentality of, oh, I'll just go ahead and earn unemployment because I can make more.
Yeah.
Because I think that's, there's so many labor shortages over here right now. It's ridiculous. And it's, they can't get anybody to work.
Because they're making more at home. Yeah.
Yep.
Sitting on the flats trying to do YouTube.
Well, or just whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, and it just floors me that why would you make that choice? If you can go out and do some stuff, I mean, I think maybe some of these people haven't had experience growing. We've had all kinds of, I think, Kathy, you have some of the same background as I do. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to ignore the chat at all here, but we've dealt with corporate for, I could say corporate America, and you can say corporate Canada probably. But we know the drill. We've been there, done that. We've done, worn several hats in our careers. And, people just nowadays, they want everything. And I think it stems back to where people started getting so sensitive about phrases. Because that even stems back to, Ron calls himself a fag. So, I mean, yes. I'm not trying to say anything or start anything with Ron. I don't have an issue with Ron. Ron's Ron.
I don't either.
But he calls himself that sometimes.
Yeah. And being a fag is a state of being. It's not a race. And
yeah, exactly.
The word fag or faggot in other countries means totally different things. From a bundle of sticks to a cigarette. So like I said, you can throw the C word at me. I'm tough, but expect to be reciprocated in some manner that you might find offensive.
Yep, exactly.
Just as hard. I don't like it. I don't like confrontation, but I won't back down from it.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. It's not that I don't like it either, but if I do have to, I will. And it's just like, people have always known about me that, I think what is said in private should stay in private. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it doesn't make it ominous. It just makes it private.
Yeah, and if you and I have an issue in Discord, then it should stay. an
Well,
issue.
exactly. Or we should just talk about it, or sometimes you have to agree to not talk about it for a while and
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah.
And but I just think I don't know. I lost my
No,
train of thought a little bit, but
no. I know where you're going. It's just don't bring it on to a public platform looking for
right,
validation,
right.
because
And
that is a pussy move, and no, 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 no.
well, it is. And to show DMs like on a live stream or in public, make a video of it and say, look, look, look. That's just low. It's low.
There is, yeah, but there's caveats to that too, because
There
if
is.
somebody
Yes,
is
there is.
lying about an incident,
Exactly.
and you're going,
Yes.
sorry, no,
Right.
and if I say I've got the receipts, I've got the DMs, take that back, and if they won't, then all bets are off. I have to save my own reputation, or somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
doing
what
yeah,
well,
just
that's what we've kind of
doing,
talked about lately
yeah,
is because before I made some of those videos of the Discord thing, I talked to a couple people because I'm like, look, your name is going to show up in this, but I feel it's important that it comes out. And everybody agreed. So I did it and I put the video out about it. But, just to be nasty, to throw stuff out there, to be nasty. No, that's not okay to do. But I have come to find that, yes, when, people are just being so blatant and lying blatantly and you're sitting right there with the proof, I'm going to show it.
yeah, or they edit it to a point where it's like
exactly.
clips. I don't trust anybody clipping anything.
Right.
Why are you clipping? Why is that bigger than it should be? What are you hiding? It's the first thing I'm gonna ask you. Yeah.
And now, I don't know that gal very well. I know she'd had problems with a few people over there, but
I don't know her background. I'll have to trust what you say. I know further up the stream you said she was a Manson follower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were just talking and I saw it scrolling by and I'm going, wait, what?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go back and talk about that a little bit there. I missed that too. That's what I'm saying earlier. I don't mean to be ignoring the chat, but I've just been kind of like, blah, 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 because I missed so much. It's like, oh my God.
You did. Vera, if I send you a link, will you come up and tell us about this? Don't be shy.
Really, yeah. Don't ever be shy around here. Shoot, we're just all nuts and crazy.
I don't know. Well, let her stew about that.
Right, and apparently, Wanda's kind of knowing that too. Wanda, I think I've seen you before too, hun. I'm not sure, but hello. Is that where James? Okay. Yeah, I thought so. And everybody's been very nice. I've stopped in and said hi to him. I've never had a problem with James. I thought he was always a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought he was always very nice. And but again, people want to fall back on the excuse that I said those things, but I was drunk. Okay.
Yes.
That's not an excuse. Now, and especially you should learn your lesson. Now, I'm sorry. And people that know I have an alcohol kind of background, I'm not going to go into it, but if you're drinking 18 beers a night, you have an issue.
I think they mostly know that. I mean, I've heard several on his panel admit that they've got issues. So there's that.
Oh, honey, that's all right. Barking, we hear it all.
Don't worry. Okay, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
I would very much like to hear that story.
Well, yeah. And it sounds to me it might just be a clash of the titans here on who, because again, Angey wants to be the center of attention. Because you notice that it's been, at first, when she first came around, there weren't a lot of girls. There were a few, but it was all guys. and
Mm-hmm.
that's what she prefers. She doesn't get along well with other women, I don't think.
No, because we're all competition.
And whether whether
Yeah,
exactly, and like she did. That's why she went for me.
Yeah, I mean, she'll go up and then tell people on the panel and text or whatever, um, that, oh, you shouldn't talk to her. Hang on.
Well, yeah, she tried to do that with Red, and I'm like, honey, I'm not. I'm like, he's like my brother. I'm just trying to spare him because I know you're the hustle, honey, and I get that. So no, there was nothing like that. So no. Hi, V.
Hi, V.
Hey, ladies, how you doing?
How
Good?
are you?
Good.
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this music off so I can concentrate on you. Hang on a sec. It's always trying to find the. There it is. Okay, so do tell, please.
Well, this Ann was known as Panamint Patty, which had something to do with Manson. And
Okay, we're fading in and out. You're fading in and out.
Me now?
Yeah.
Can
you
you
got
hear
any
me
other
now?
tabs open?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on.
Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Ann was formerly known as Panamint Patty on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
She was a previous Manson follower, was supposedly pretty big in the Manson community, but supposedly she's gotten out of that. I came to know her through Bounty's streams,
Right.
which we all kind of got involved in early on with She Who Will Not Be Named.
Mm-hmm.
And in listening to her and watching her, she's out there. I mean, first class psycho. She's had some horrible things to say about other people, and just she's just out there. I mean, she don't know how to back down. I saw the video that Angey put up this morning, and some of the things that Ann had to say to Ron. And I'm not into being, what do I want to say, derogatory towards people. And yes, I get that Ron had that word in part of his name. But unless you're a friend of someone's, you don't use
exactly.
that word. And
right.
Ann's big thing is, well, it's just a word. It's just a word. But yet every time she's on a stream and she's complaining about somebody, it's because they called her a name. So I think she's very experienced in stalking. I think she's been instrumental in getting Bounty a lot of information that was false, including locations of certain other YouTubers. And information that gets him riled up. I know she sends him money. She admitted in one of the streams that Angey put back up that she's probably sent Bounty $500 at least.
Wow.
Over the course of time. So it's what I understand is she's not very well liked in any community, including Manson. That she tries to buy friendships with people. And she even admitted to Angey, she says, I've sent you money, I've sent you DNA kit, send it all back. So it's almost like I'll buy my friends, but there's still strings attached.
Oh.
So
right.
I think she's quite content right now to be Bounty's side chick because she gets all the attention. I mean, I don't have time to go on live streams hours a day. And that's what they all seem to do. So,
true.
More power to them, but I've got a real life, and you can call me old, call me senior, whatever. I'm fucking 63 years old. Sorry, Glory, didn't mean to swear.
I swear away. You should know
but
better.
but I mean, you kind of know me a little bit in James
I
chats and
have.
stuff,
Yeah.
and it's. I think Anne is particularly scorned by a lot of things that she made up in her mind. She doesn't. She's very insecure. She
Mhm.
accuses people of talking behind her back or talking behind anybody's back, and it's like, trust me, I see you texting during Bounty streams and other people's streams. You're doing the same damn thing. So what's the big
Right.
deal? You
Hmm.
know?
Right. Right. Because yeah, I know V from Annie's, and I know, I trust her opinion implicitly. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
I just, I am, um, as far as rationale and things like that, I'm a real person. I don't take anybody's word for anything. I have to sit back and watch you speak and digest.
Exactly.
And, and yeah, I mean, I went into Angie's chats early on and just said hi in the side chat and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But when she started to kind of disintegrate, then it was like, I can't do this. But that
right.
doesn't mean people don't watch what she says and does, just
Oh,
like that.
yep.
I wish sober Bounty could sit back and watch drunk Bounty for 24 hours straight. You
Hmm.
know, these
Yep.
people have ugly hearts, and for whatever reason, that stuff seems to draw, a crowd.
It
Is it
does.
something, do these people, would they put up with that in real life with other people? I don't think so.
No, no.
That's,
This is
that's
this
fine.
is we can all sit in our respective chairs and be anonymous and watch the shit show.
True.
Exactly. And we have circular, you've heard us talk about DWJ and James Cat. Um, he's a sweetheart of a man, and he's been ripped to shreds by those people, and they have put him through some health issues. And
Hmm.
come on, give me a break. That Bounty sat there and accused him of never serving in the military. And I'm going to prove it right, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Well, he had to eat crow because he was wrong. DWJ was in the military.
Yeah.
So, just know what the hell you're talking about. Quit drinking, get off YouTube, whatever. You know,
Right.
they,
Right.
they're all just, they all act like children. And I don't know if the YouTube bug has gotten them because I know Bounty's always bragging about his views. But, you take your shit down all the time. So nobody can, maybe it's a defense mechanism. Nobody can come in and say, you said this or you said that. Um, the other day he streamed for 9, 10 hours straight, and at 4 o'clock the next day, in someone else's stream, he's like, "Oh man, I'm hungover. I just
I don't
waking
get it.
up." You're taking. I will never talk about your children, but you're taking almost a 24-hour period at that time out of your family's life.
Yeah,
Ex-
thank you for saying that out loud because I'm going, why? Why? I mean, I get doing it every day. I personally, I don't think anybody wants to hear me yap on about anything, for hours on end every day.
Right.
But, I would, like, you've got a family, man.
Yeah.
Why aren't you
Exactly.
out doing family stuff? What is the big draw of
Yeah.
sitting there with the and no real shade to Bounty. I have nothing actually against him. He's just got some issues when and what he says when he's drunk. But he's got a beer refrigerator beside him. I,
Yeah. I used to think that too, Glory, but even when he's sober, he doesn't have remorse for what he said or done.
yeah. Like I said, I
no.
don't know enough about everybody to really, I have to trust what you say. And I do listen and I do observe, but I ultimately make up my own mind about it. That's why I separated myself from it. I'm not making a big deal. I just thought, attacking someone's mother who has passed away in sad circumstances, that's not for me. Thank you very much. and I don't have to announce my departure.
Excuse
I'll
me,
just
Glory.
yeah,
Ex- Excuse me, Glory. But did somebody catch that comment by comma?
Oh, can is that a troll?
Yeah.
Okay, do I got any mods in? Can you get rid of the comma person, please? Thank you. I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is what it is, and I just, I don't know. I wasn't raised. I mean, I was raised with an alcoholic father. Trust me, I see
Mhm.
what it does. Even when you're not drinking, your judgment's impaired. You're not present with your family, and I mean, I went the other way. I might have had a little fun in my younger years, but
Mhm.
I've got too much to lose. Why would I do that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So you know, I guess it is. He is the way he is, but I think sometimes you got to hit bottom. And honestly, I watched the end of the stream the other night he did, and I can't remember if it was at the end of that 9 or 10 hour one, but he was the only one on panel, and he says, "Yeah," he says, my family, something to the regard that his family wanted him to be present in their lives, or present as a family.
Mhm.
Um, but he goes right back to doing it the next day. Although I did catch him say that he told someone one night that he when he had that job for about a day, that he couldn't work a job because he gets the DTs.
Hmm.
So um, I wouldn't repeat something that I heard from someone else. I heard it from his mouth on his stream. And before I forget, you're right, Wanda. Annie J is known by Pinky Promise on YouTube.
Who was that? Ooh.
Annie J,
Oh yeah.
she's known as Pinky Promise on YouTube. So if you see her
Oh, okay.
pop up, but she also trolls under other accounts. I've got a couple of her other names.
Goodness, man. I just
Yeah,
don't get it with people. It's like, come on, damn.
she's
I
she's
would need a notebook. I would need a
yeah.
notebook to figure out where I've been, what did I say, who did I say it as? Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
it's crazy, isn't it? I mean,
yes.
when you got a real life, all this other stuff, you just sit there and shake your head. So, and there are several other in that community that are shit stirrers and troublemakers, and they'll
Oh,
one
all
of
the time.
one of them came into DWJ's couple months, 2 months ago, stirring crap, and we kept deleting him as mods, and he just kept coming back with another and another and another troll name. And it was
Jeez.
like, and you guys think that you didn't cause some of the problems that he's going through health wise? I mean, if you're not wanted by a community, then just go away.
Exactly, V. Oh my God.
Well, which brings that don't think just because the host welcomes you, the chat's going to be polite to you.
True.
I'm sorry, no, we don't like you.
And
So don't sit there thinking we're going to go, hi, how are you?
Right, right. Because that's hard for me. I have a hard time being fake. I just do.
Yeah.
It's hard. Oh,
I'm,
I'm
I'm the
not
same
good
way.
at it.
I'm the
Mm-mm.
same way. And if you weren't, what ticked me off about Angie making those comments about James and supporting him was she wasn't supporting him as long as she was part of Bounty's crew.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. That's another point. She
So if
wasn't
you
as,
had,
she snail trails her way around the YouTube. If one community, she's off to the other community. So build your own channel. You
right,
know, you know.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But
So
she
Exactly.
she learned from
Like what
Bounty.
nickname just said.
Yep. I mean, she learned from Bounty. He sits there and he's doing his own life, and he'll troll other people's lives while he's
Yeah,
on.
I've seen him do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so I can't be
We
fake.
know
I'm not
another
going to
pro.
sit there and pretend to like you if I don't. But I'm not going to sit there and call you out on it unless you come somewhere where I'm at. And they can accuse me and some of these other ones of running people off in James chat, but we know that he's a good person. That he tends to try to like everybody, but when they're troublemakers, no, not going to let
Yeah.
that happen.
No, and rightly so.
Exactly.
And he depends on your opinion, so that's really impressive. I like that.
Well, I mean, I hope. I mean, we can point him in directions and say this is where this, and this is. But when I don't know. Sometimes I just shake my head. There just aren't any words.
No,
Yeah,
there's
that's a familiar feeling.
Yeah, I'm a rational thinker, and I look at this and I think, oh Lord. But by the same token, I'm watching it and I'm listening to it, but I'm picking up all kinds of things while I'm doing it.
yeah, yeah. Well, perfect.
So
Yeah, I the people I like.
yeah, so I'm
Don't
so
have to
I'm a disrespectful mod. So be it.
be. Sometimes you gotta be. You gotta be. And it's different because everybody else has their own different opinions. And I was listening to Peanut or Pistachio's stream a couple of days back, and she's one of those people that has a black or white. There is no middle ground for people that well, what she calls hypocrisy. And I couldn't help thinking, I change my mind and my opinion on a subject with the information I get. So I'm not always consistent. One day I'll be, that's wrong, and then I'll get more information. I'm going, oh, wait a minute, let me rethink my position on that.
Right.
So I was kind of finding it hard to be. How could you be so rigid in one aspect? And you can acknowledge that yourself, but to project it on to other people in society
Right.
on YouTube. Maybe you find it more prevalent on YouTube, but people have always been, they have their facade, they're out in public facade, or I'm sitting down
Right.
to, because you never know if you're sitting down to lunch with a chomo. They don't wear a sign, So
No.
everybody plays by societal rules, and they may agree with one thing but privately think of another. I'm sure that because the political system in the states is so volatile, a lot of people do that. And oh yeah, I agree, and then inside you're going, oh hell no. Just to keep the peace you know
Yeah.
I'm very surprised if that doesn't happen. So I was kind of what was it sat me down. Her subject on her streams, I had to sit down and think, I can't be like that. I cannot have such rigid code of ethics. Hence my title of the stream, The View from the Moral High Ground. And pass judgment down on other people's indecisiveness, for the lack of a better word. Um, I don't know, Kate. What do you think? Vero, am I off the wall here in that?
No, no, I don't think so.
I
You
think
like you said, you have to kind of hear different sides first before you can
Yeah,
make a complete opinion. And even though when you do think, oh, okay, well, that's what's going on, and then you hear additional new information that could change your mind about something or a certain stance. So I think you have to kind of be flexible to listen to all the information.
Yeah, yeah. And people are flawed.
Sure.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, I think when I was younger, I was very black or white. It's either right or it's wrong.
Hmm.
But as I've gotten older, um, and I don't want to say use the term pick your battles, but I've learned to listen to all sides. And I may like someone or think I like someone, and someone may say, well, they did this or that, and that's fine for them to tell me that. But
Hmm.
I want to go back and hear it myself. Until I do, I'm not gonna, I can't pass any judgment. But I definitely think I've become more of a rational thinker when it comes to stuff. I mean, definitely there are some topics and some things that are definitely, not happening. But for the most part, there are some things. It's just like in Angie's stream,
Hmm.
calling someone the F word, but yet she has gay friends. And I guess if you're friends with someone and they accept that term, that's fine. But when you're on a stream with someone you don't even know and you don't give someone a chance to get to know, to use that term, then that's in a whole different setting. And
Yeah,
that's derogatory in my opinion.
yeah.
Um,
No, I have seen arguments on bounties, and the few times I was observed DWJs, where it seems somebody is a target. I'm not there for the beginning of the argument, but something happens, and all of a sudden it's a dog pile. I can't give you specifics. I'm sorry. It's something just I remembered. So yeah, I suppose if you've got like a volatile community and a volatile subject, and somebody's differing opinion from the group, from the group think,
Right.
you know, yeah, it's a hard thing to. I guess my only problem is you need, like when we were young, even my older siblings when they were the hippies and the free love and all that stuff, and there was protests against the war. I know the millennials and the Zoomers don't believe it. There was drugs and sex and rock and roll and headbanging metal music, and then they got married. Then they had a mortgage. Then they had kids, and then life just runs over you.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it
Oh yeah.
happens with every generation. You
Yep.
know, what you're protesting now and what you're smoking now is no different from when it was in the 60s and the 70s. So
Well, exactly. Because I still have nieces and nephews that too that look at us like, how do you know these things? And it's like, we've been there and done that already. That's why you're not going to pull anything new. Now, every once in a while they do, but it's good try. But yeah, I'll remember that one. So it's stuff we've been there and done that already. So it's like, come on, guys, come up with new shit. Oh no.
so I don't know. That's always so funny. So
yeah,
go
I think
ahead.
I think
Yeah.
with YouTube, it's so hard to be quasi incognito. But if
Hmm.
you met some of these people on the street, I think they would cower in the corner.
Oh,
You know,
oh yes. I think the loudest are the weakest.
yeah,
You know,
Agreed. Yeah.
like when Sean came into to James's live stream and they, you know, Sean just yelled and he yelled nothing. It was word salad or nothing burger, and James was trying to direct it to, because I'm sorry, Sean, if you happen to hear about this. What Bounty said to your wife was so disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
Oh, wow. That
yeah,
did
James
that
took.
get forgotten about?
Well, no, it didn't, because that's, I think, is what really, really hurt James, was he defended publicly defended Jamie, and
Right.
because Bounty just was like crude, rude, and
Oh, it
you know,
was horrible.
yeah, it was horrible. And there's this guy saying that's not right. You can't talk to your friend's wife like that. And
Exactly.
yeah, and they all dogpiled him for being a gentleman, for
What?
standing up for a woman's right,
Oh
for
my
respect.
God, I had no idea.
Yeah, see, and I was like, so like I came into James's late, and so he was already up on panel with James, and James was trying to talk to him, like, what do you think was right about him doing? And Sean, I don't know what, he just wasn't going to listen. He was not going to listen, and he just yelled. I can't even remember what he yelled about, but it was like holy shit. And then like I caught it the last minute or so of it before he stormed off, and James is just sitting there going, dude, what did I do? What did
Well,
I do?
I know. I'm picking my jaw up off the floor.
Yeah,
So let me get this straight. Sean decided he was going to go off on James for James standing up for his wife
yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
after what was said.
Yeah.
The whole story was Sean did a beer run, and Sean walks. He doesn't drive, and he got picked up by the cops, and he had a 15-year-old outstanding warrant for OVI or whatever you want to call it, wherever you're
Mhm.
from, and they took him to jail. And Jamie was upset and didn't know what, at that time for sure what was going on. And Bounty, in his drunken stupor, just went on and on and on to Jamie, about how beautiful she was and her tattoos and this, that, and the other. And it looked like a come on to her. And I've seen him do that to J Rock, although he's done it. He said those things to J Rock directly about J Rock's beautiful wife, but they were inappropriate comments. He should have kept his mouth shut. He just should
Right.
have said, Ginger and I support you, blah, blah, blah. But I will also say, I've been around Sean for a while. In fact, I modded for him for a while. He's
Mhm.
got some pain issues that he's dealing with, but I've seen a drastic change in him over the last couple of months, and I don't know if it's a combination of meds and beer, but it definitely is noticeable. And the way he reacts to things, the way he screams, is crazy.
Yeah, there's something.
And that's truly a shame. It really is.
Right. So, if he and I guess if he and Jamie are good with it, then that's between those two. And I can understand James' side of it. He was trying to be a good friend, but I think Sean just wants to run with the Bounty statement. James is a bitch, because Bounty always has to say that at one point during his stream. So so be it. I think when Bounty bitches about this one, that one, and the other one, just like he cries about DWJ not being around. Hey,
Mhm.
DWJ recognized he was a snake. You're not going to let it bite him. So, you do what you have to do to keep your circle close, and so be it. Because for those of us that are in these other streams, whether it's DWJ or James or whatever, we're there to have fun and just chit chat. It's not a
Right.
business for us. It's not about the views. It's not about the number of subs. None of it.
Right. Exactly.
And a good person is a good person through and through. And if you're evil and you've got an ugly heart, then that's your problem. But don't project it onto other good people. Don't put out. Bounty's notorious for putting out. You know, um, I guess the best word for it is shady videos and shorts and TikToks of people just because he's got a bug up his butt. Well, maybe if you were a nicer person, you wouldn't have to feel so butthurt. Love some good.
I haven't checked out his TikTok, so I don't know.
I've checked his TikTok out. All he does is repost other people's TikTok. So what's the originality in that?
Right. True. If somebody shares a TikTok with me, I'll look at it, but I don't get on TikTok. I just don't have time for it or the patience, so I just don't mess with it. But I don't know how you would make, I think, maybe these people think that they're a little bit more popular than what they are. Who knows? And it's a delusion of grandeur, maybe.
I guess it's the number, because I put out a couple of shorts on here on YouTube and got 1,000 views, but that doesn't really mean anything. So when you get hundreds and thousands of subs on TikTok, it's pretty much the same. I think you don't get much.
And I think YouTube rolled out shorts this year in an effort to kind of go against TikTok.
Yeah.
So all these people that were beta testing it and getting out there and pumping out the shorts by the ton, they weren't really getting paid for it. There was a pool that they could share from, but that was it. So they're going to start monetizing them in 2023, which means,
okay.
Some of those people that were going all out weren't really getting anything, even though they were getting thousands of views.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I first noticed that I had gotten over 1,000 views, I went, "Whoa!" And I went, "Oh yeah, this really doesn't mean dick, because that doesn't go to my my view count for when I finally get monetized, maybe next year." So if you haven't subscribed,
what annoys
hit that thumbs up.
That's right.
I follow a lot of crafters, and so what happens is they'll put out a video of their project they're working on, then they'll turn around and put out a short. It's like, these shorts are annoying the fuck out of me because I've already watched your other video.
Oh, for sure.
That's fun.
If you could separate those out from your subscriptions, that would be awesome. Sometimes,
Well, I have almost got all my watch time. I just need the subscribers, but I'm in no hurry. Jeez.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm never gonna make a off of this ever. So it's not like I'm racing to the finish line for what.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just fun to get on here and just bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
see what everybody else is bullshitting about.
And really, the drama community makes next to nothing. I'd have to be a tea channel, a clip channel, into the makeup world, for that kind of money to come rolling in. And I'm
right. Nah, I know exactly. And no shade against them, man. They're just some dedicated people. I watch a couple little gals. I love Allie Glines. Oh my God, she's so cute, and she just found out she's pregnant. So, but if you need good makeup stuff, I love Allie. But so yeah, but they're so dedicated. I mean, boy, she's there, making videos and trying products and showing she's a wonderful influencer. So it's cool. So I love that kind of stuff if I get a chance to watch it. And I get mad at Wayne Goss all the time. So I was like, Wayne, stop.
Doing this is not where the big bucks are. So
nah, but that's fun. It's fun.
Things I follow on YouTube are mostly instructional things, like I said, crafts and things like that. Some font makers like Stiltby Studios. He designs and manufactures things for haunted houses, and watching him work with different materials and some of those tools and techniques that he uses. On Instagram, I follow mostly dog stuff. If you've never heard of, is it Brody or Broody, the dude? He's a doodle. Oh my God, he's awesome.
Oh,
You'll have to check him out. He's right now he's on a road trip with his owner, and he's a straight long haired poodle whose
oh wow.
hair fur is very long, and he's just a big old floppy teddy bear. The other one is called We Rate Dogs, and they put up money for various dogs, um, medical costs, and just dogs in general.
Hmm.
Um,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah, so those are the things I do. The cook, yeah, I nickname the cooking videos too. I love to watch those, um, and I know I'm kind of a prepper when it comes to food and pantry stuff,
Oh, I
but
do too.
yeah,
I enjoy some of the haul grocery hauls, mostly
Oh
the
yeah.
food, because I think you guys in the States get the most awesome food bank stuff. Like I'm going, holy shit!
well, and if nothing taught me that it's hard to get things when you're in a stressful situation like I was. I broke my wrist right at the beginning of COVID, and so I was like up Schitt's Creek, and I realized that Walmart did, home delivery. So I'm like, oh, thank God. But even in the midst of the pandemic, there were things you couldn't get.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so since then, in the last year, I've gotten into dehydrating foods, and of course, having my stockpile or my prepper pantry is actually my working pantry.
Hmm.
I use from it every day. But I put some instant meals together in bags that are all shelf-stable things that in an emergency that I can throw together, and I don't have to purchase anything. You
Oh yeah.
um,
Right. Right.
they're
Oh,
I
I have.
think
Yeah, I've kind of got a prepper pantry going, and I have been in situations where I had to visit the food bank. There's no shame in that.
not at all. Not at all.
No, and I love to see what other people get. I'm one of those nosy ass people. Like I go to garage sales just to see what they have, not to buy. You know,
right.
I'm sorry. Because that's how nosy I am. But it's a legalized nosy. I'm not going in your cupboards and checking out what's in your
That's
cupboard.
okay.
Yeah.
We used to do open houses just to kind of see what, because if somebody's
Yeah.
house went for sale in the neighborhood and you always
Ah,
wanted to see in there,
yeah.
we'd go to the
Yeah.
open house and be
Hello.
like,
That's me too. That's me too. The looky loos.
You you have
"Oh,
Dollar Tree near you,
Yes.
Laurie? Okay, because that's kind of how I started before the prepping thing even came to be, because they had shelf stable milk in cartons.
Oh, I always buy shelves. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
buy fresh.
and
Yeah.
because I don't really drink it, but I use it in
Hmm.
soups and recipes and stuff. It was an awesome thing to have. And even sometimes their canned stuff is cheaper than Walmart. So I usually spend 5, $10 when I go in there just for food items on the shelf. Um, but
You gotta
I
know
just
your prices.
yeah. And there's a channel that I follow on YouTube, Southern Frugal Mom, I think is the name of it. But anyhow, she does.
oh
She's
yeah, yeah.
okay. She's down south somewhere. I can't remember offhand exactly where. But anyhow, her 3 boys she homeschools, and they have seemed to all really hit it off well and be well rounded. She just took her 13-year-old on a grocery store trip, gave him $8, and said, "Here, you got to put together a meal."
Hmm.
And he went through the motions of realizing food costs and whatnot, and he prepped and prepared the entire meal. You know,
Awesome.
those are life skills. I mean, I did that with my nephew when he lived with me. He was in his 20s and he was broke, and he was eating fast food every day, sometimes several times a day. And I gave him the contents of one of my coin jars. I think it was about $35. And I, took him around to the different areas, showed him what he could get. And he was just beside himself when he realized how much food he could buy for $35.
Awesome.
He's not a big fan of cooking, but I know one thing. He buys more, pizza rolls now because he knows they're cheaper than going out for fast
Yeah, but I have had I've stopped people from filling their baskets at the Dollar Tree because I know, like, it's usually students. They're filling their basket full of canned goods and stuff, and I kind of whispered to this guy. I says, those cans of soup and whatever else, beans. I says you can get that for 35 cents cheaper at Walmart. And he just looked. He said, "Really?" I'm going, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Sometimes,
have to. You definitely
yeah,
have to know your prices
yeah.
on some stuff.
Exactly.
But dry beans, the rice, some of the
Oh
other
yeah,
things,
pasta.
yep, definitely are cheaper there. But
Yeah,
hey, I've never gotten out of the dollar store for $1.
that's not that. Yeah.
I shake my head every time I cash out. But the key is having the stuff when you need it and not needing it and not being able to get
Yeah, that they're
it. So
yeah,
even
it's like, but they are strategically placed in poor areas. You know, food deserts. That they are a
yeah,
predatory entity. I think, in my opinion, they are because like convenience stores like 7-Eleven and Circle K.
Right.
well,
You know,
and here in the States, Aldi's does the same thing. They're never in a location that's close to anything.
I'll be
But
right back.
they're
yeah,
always on a bus line or they're always on some major route somewhere, you know. Um,
really, yeah.
yeah. But the thing of it is, I mean, I don't want to think of myself as opportunistic, but if I have the opportunity to hit those places once in a while, I will,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I get it. There are a lot of seniors and a lot of people in poor areas that, Dollar Tree's their only source for food items.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's not right. It's not right. I don't drive um because my ADHD is pretty severe and I can't process information from oncoming traffic correctly. So I just thought, what? I'm not going to do this. I am a wreck every time I get behind a wheel, and I don't want to be out on the street. So I gave up long years and years and years ago. So I've got a good friend and my sister that drives my fat ass around town, and I hit all the discount stores, not the dollar stores, the discount stores. So there's one way it's miles for me. It's a discount meat center. Look out! I go in there once in a yay!
now,
So
I don't blame you. We've got a guy here that has a big discount store. In fact, he's just opened a second location. And,
wow,
I feel bad for him because he doesn't carry any fresh food, but he has all packaged food because he buys stuff at auctions and whatnot. And he brings it in by the pallet loads.
hmm
And it galls me to note then that people constantly contact the health department because he has quote unquote expired goods. Well, they're not expiration dates, they're best by date.
sell by dates, and people don't get the difference between it. Yeah, I know the difference between a sell by and an expiry date, and
Yep.
trying to tell some people, like I've watched some of the food bank hauls on YouTube, and they're putting aside things that they think are expired, and I'm going,
Right.
no, no, don't do that.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
take them back.
There is there is a gal by the name of Rose Red. She's on YouTube. She's a
Mhm.
PhD and she's awesome on her videos about she's big into canning and that type of
Right.
thing. But she's awesome at giving information and what a best buy or use by date is the manufacturer's way of saying that this has the optimum fresh not freshness, but it has the best what do I want to call it? Crap, I can't think of it. The manufacturer guarantees or says that it'll be best if it's used by that date. it may lose nutrients and other content as it ages beyond that, but it's in no way an expiration date.
Exactly.
Because of the way
Sade, good to see you,
Hi,
honey.
Sade. Good to see you. I'm sorry that you've been not well. I hope you're doing well now.
Oh, and there's somebody in my chat that I cannot see you. Somebody was talking about a dog that had Krista. Sorry, I can't see your name, but I'm sorry to hear that your fur baby has passed. So
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no. Oh, I can't see Krista either.
I don't
I
know.
don't know why either. But I'm so sorry. Our fur kids, oh, they take big chunks of our hearts
You sure do.
when they
They
go.
sure
And we never have them long enough. It's never long enough.
We sure do. Was there last year, and of course, Bear's health for however long I have it.
do. Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is what it is. His little the hole in his heart's too big, and the veins are too small, so he
Yeah.
can't get a catheter in there to plug or do anything. But oh my God, if you guys saw this guy run around, he's a fool and a prankster, and he has no signs of slowing down at all.
Well,
Thank God.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So,
surprise us. It's just like people. You never know. You just never know.
sure don't. But I'll tell you what, I prefer pets sometimes over people. So
Oh, V, don't we all? I think that goes. I know any given time, especially recently, I just face palms like, oh God, really?
I know. I do that at least several times a day.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Did
And,
you just
and
do
thank God
that?
through COVID. I can't tell you how many times I thank God for having Gus in my life through COVID and getting through that, because you think about not having those little bundles of joy,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
it would have made life so much rougher, but thank God. And sadly, he's gone, but now I got Booger Butt to keep me company. So,
There you go. Yeah.
but
There's
anyhow,
that.
well, I said I was only going to be here for a minute, and I think I blew that up.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh,
Thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, just thought I'd fill you in on the news on the other side of the fence a little bit. So
Thank you so
I'm glad you
much.
did. I'm glad you
I'm gonna
did.
thank you, and I'm gonna hop off, but I'll be in the side chat. So
Okay,
All
for
right.
sure.
talk to you
Thanks. Good to
later.
see you.
Thank you,
You,
Lee.
bye.
So we should get on with what else? Well, what else was on my? Oh, Love Notes for TLC got arrested. She's in jail.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, they caught her with, I think she had 2 active warrants. So she's somewhere in jail in Wisconsin, I believe. I watched a little bit of Original Owl before I went to bed last night. So
Ah.
she was showing her court papers, and my eyelids were drooping, and I said, "Oh, I'll talk
Oh, I
about it."
know. Oh, well, goodness gracious. Well, you know what? I mean, maybe they can get her some help that she so desperately needs. I mean, that's all
I
all
hope
we can
so.
do is wish that for
I hope so, but she's in there for false rape allegations and that kind of thing. So
her. Yeah.
I'm sure she's a real joy to have there because she does like to soil herself um, out of protest, I guess.
Right.
She's been known to smear her feces on walls and stuff. So she's
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
and
Oh
she
my
even managed
gosh.
to do the same thing with a sanitary pad once too. So
Oh no. Now see, I mean, and that's just
it's no.
that's not, yeah.
She is truly
No.
mentally ill, and I wish, you know, that there's got to be some kind of a restriction for her because she is a danger to children. She's a danger to animals. She's a danger to herself. I mean, what
Exactly.
does she have to do? Does she have to go in, take her car and use it as a weapon, and mow people down? What is the end game for her? I don't, thank God they
Yeah,
took
I
that
will.
baby
And
away. Oh,
And that goes to show for, a lot of people, I mean, it's, I don't know if it's in the water or what's going on lately, but the crazy is just running thick.
yeah.
It's just like, oh my God. And no, 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 no. I
I
don't get it.
again,
I
I'm
mean,
it's like watching a bad accident. You just can't turn away.
what
Yeah,
and it
Rebecca,
is.
woman is
And
dangerous.
'cause
Yeah.
well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, I was just agreeing with what Rebecca posted. She says, I agree,
Yeah,
she's dangerous. Yeah.
right. Right. And and I know, Rebecca, I would too. I mean, if that's what the extent she's going to, but that just truly shows that, she really needs some really long-term mental health help. So I hope she does get it because, you know, uh, getting on the right medications and that kind of stuff, it's life changing. So, hopefully
Yeah,
that's
but
what
they
can
gotta
happen.
be in the frame of mind to remember to take them because that's
Well,
that's the problem.
yeah, that's true.
If
It
you're
is.
doing okay and you stop taking your medication, cough, cough.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah, you knew what I meant.
no, I do. I
And then you start
do.
acting the fool again, or putting on skits in restaurants, and
Oh,
that's,
I'm still horrified. I'm just like, that was so cringe. That, I mean, I just was like, what? And and at one point, I thought, didn't she say at one point she was going to go behind the counter and use the register because she saw him behind the counter at a register? Like, good luck there. Look how nutty she looked just doing this.
if they called the police because she was
Ah,
going back and forth and talking out loud, and
well, exactly. I mean,
yeah,
that's what like
on
Looney
the
Toony
phone
people do.
like this here crazy fat woman running around my store pretending she works
Exactly.
here.
I know. And finally, because clearly they were looking at her because she finally said something. Oh, I'm doing a skit for YouTube. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, no, you're an idiot. Oh my God, stop. Oh no. For what? Who cares? Nobody. Is anybody else? Raise your hand. Is anybody else getting up early tomorrow? Not me. I think I get tomorrow to sleep in, and that's it. So
Oh,
no, I'm not. And sleeping in for me is probably what, 7:30. So
me it's
I'm
about
not getting
6.
up and going seeing what she's doing. Who cares? Post anything you want. Again, I'm not going to believe it until I see it in writing or the doctor's mouth. This is a bariatric revision procedure. And then I'm going to want to see the marks,
Oh yeah,
you
and you
know,
went through
and
this the last
And
time.
even then, I'm not going to believe it. I'm not. I'm not going to believe it. She could tell me the sky was beautiful blue, and I'd go, sure it is. Sure. Whatever. Because again, she's doing all this for people who don't care.
Yeah, and there's nobody new watching her.
No.
So who are you
No.
trying to convince? God, how did we get back to her? Hey,
I
so the big
know.
thing that's been going on all this weekend was Monty. Are you familiar with him?
I am a little bit.
Me too. I've always just sort of, I kind of orbit the Chantel community. I don't watch her. I don't care about Chantel. I respect her hustle. I don't understand the hate watching. I just don't, and I won't get into that. But
Right.
so he, for anybody that doesn't know, is a reactor. Now, first thing I get suspicious of are men reacting to women. I get really suspicious with straight men reacting to the girls, the big fat ladies. I want
Right.
to, are you there because you truly are fascinated by her? Or are you there for a cash grab? So I pinned
Right.
him immediately as a cash grabber. So I knew of him. I didn't really watch him. Plus, his voice just grated on me. He's got a male vocal fry, and I hate that. If you're not familiar with the vocal fry, that's what Kim Kardashian and her sisters, that that guttural cracking sound that they use as their voice. That's a vocal fry, and it's not a natural thing. It's what's the word? They do it on purpose. It makes them sound like sophisticated or something like that. I just hate
Right.
it. And
Like the Becky.
yeah. So yeah. So I totally ignore that. I couldn't. No, 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 no. This guy's as fake as a $2 bill in Canada now because we don't have $2 bills anymore. So, um, so I knew of him. I kind of, would bypass people talking about him and stuff like that. And then all the
Right.
shit let loose the last week with him being exposed. It all started with Kate Winslet. I don't know if she's still in here. Him reporting her satirical video on him, and Troll Detective, who also is a clip channel and makes mock the mockable, and so he struck both of them, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Sir, the pin that you took out of the thumb you took out of the dike, it just all and
Oh, wow.
all his bullshit come running out. He was, oh Lord, just so much. Um, the ones that came out first were his mods. Um, some like Buddha Batch. I don't know. She has two really great videos on what happened, and I just love her. Why haven't I seen her before? So I'll if I remember, I'll list everybody's video on there so people can catch up. Um, uh, so he would go, and like she was thinking he was a friend,
Right.
and he told her, and I'm giving you the abridged version, uh, that he had bought a plane ticket and was going to come down and visit her for her birthday. And she never invited him. She said there was no romantic back and forth with them. So she thought, oh, okay, kind of a thing. Um, then she had a bad date and had to call the police to get this guy out of her apartment. And she was smart enough to hit the record on her camera. So you caught the last little bit. She posted the last little bit of that incident. And she phoned him for comfort, like you would phone a friend.
Right.
And just was, why are you calling me? Why are you wasting my precious time? Like he was mad at her for going out on a date. And like she said,
Wow.
there was a certain ownership in the way he spoke to her. And then she had to preface it saying we were not romantic. So she kind of just left it. Like I'm leaving a lot out here because for time, for brevity's sake. Um, so so that happened, and then um, Tiny Dancer. I guess she thought she was in a relationship with him, and or something like that, and he wanted free. She has an OnlyFans. He wanted pictures of her OnlyFans for free,
Oh.
and said some really inappropriate things. She pretty much told him to fuck off, and he went for her videos. He
Oh,
just trashed her.
no.
Yeah, it is very sad, very sad. And she called him out in February, I think, and then because nobody believed her, she kind of faded into the background, hurt that her friends wouldn't believe her, her community wouldn't believe her, and then all this started coming out with Buddha Batch, um, Tiny Dancer, Purple Glitter, all these mods started coming out saying wait a minute. I thought I was his girlfriend, and we were in a relationship, and
Uh-oh.
yeah, this I mean, like
Oops.
he is bleeding subs. Like he lost almost 2,000 from my last look in 4 days, 2,000 subs. Like and he's doubling down. He's doubling down on his stuff. Now, the one woman, Kidney J is her channel name, actually had a real world relationship with him. They lived in the same area, and they went to movies, they went out to dinner, they went on trips, and she discovers that he never considered her a girlfriend. Like he just put up an apology to Kidney J saying, I didn't mean for you to think we were going out. So what do you call holding going to movies, going to dinner, going on trips together? What do you call that?
Right.
So and then he forbid her to make it public. Like don't say anything. I want to keep this private, which is the first red flag. Why are you wanting to keep
Yeah.
it private? Why aren't you happy that why wouldn't you want to share this? And she was with him when his mother died, all that kind of stuff. So like I said, I am is because there's so much. Oh God! So I've been binging all weekend, all this stuff. So I'm going,
Oh,
holy
well,
crap!
good. I'm glad somebody got to watch. It's like, watch, somebody watch what's going on. I don't know. Because I'm a nosy bitch. Shit, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. This stuff is worth the rabbit hole. It is a whole community turning on one channel.
and I saw part of it on Kiwi Farms, and then I kind of got busy and didn't get to keep up with the rest of it. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's definitely something to peek in about, because I had heard a little bits and pieces of all that,
Oh yeah,
and I
and they
and
are so proud. I'm so proud of them all coming out and pointing their finger at this asshole.
yeah.
You know, Gaining Ground is done. Black Guy TV is gone. And talked about it. Who am I missing? Gaining Ground, Black Guy TV. Vicky Vibes. Uh, oh, I'm sure I'm missing. I apologize, but it is worth when you get your stuff done for the day. Kate, after you just sit down and watch it all. It is so
I'll
good.
have to check some of that out. Definitely. Give me some new stuff to check out.
Yeah. So yeah,
Gotta
there is.
stay up.
It's crazy. Oh, oh, let's see what the chat is. Oh, English degree. Okay, are we being shady? I love it. Oh, that
I hope
associate
so, because that's
thing.
English was definitely not one of them. So I'm
No,
sorry.
she's
Oh my,
she has
my, my, my. Yes, and because and final things too. I mean, why is Angie so cocky? Why is that? Why does she think that and a lot of these people, some of these people are her friends that are trying to tell her, look, slow down.
because
And
it just
people that have tried to talk to her get the same response. If you think about the difficult people that that have been on here, you try to talk to them, and nope, you just instantly blocked. And so that's it. You don't or if they come on panel, you ask a question and they get all get their panties in a bunch and run off.
yeah.
So you can't talk to them at all. So I don't understand where a lot of this is coming from, where she wants to pretend like she has no fault.
Honestly, I'm baffled by it. Don't you see that you're making a complete and utter fool out of it? That's why I went so hard on her about the gerbil thing.
Right. Exactly.
How do you sit and think that is even remotely possible at such a young age by a contemporary neighbor boy.
Exactly.
Foresight to get gerbils and stick them up your arse.
I
It's
know.
impossible. It's physically impossible.
It
And,
is. It is. And when she got called out, it's just like and that's the other one's problem too. It's like the tall tales are real, and I am a huge Twilight Zone fan, and there was some good episodes on recently, and I taped one of my most favorite, and my husband just walked by and went, "Yeah, that's she who shall not be mentioned." I'm like, "How did you know?" So you have to
yeah.
look up Hocus Pocus and Frisbee and watch that one. And if that's not our girl, then I don't know who is. So for your entertainment, Hocus Pocus and Frisbee. That's all I can say.
Yeah. That's what I said. I said she had reflux and she went in to see if she had ulcers.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I guess nobody caught that they sat there and said it was normal. Just she didn't have any signs of an ulcer or everything was fine.
Mm-hmm. Because you certainly didn't hear any discussions about, yep, ma'am, you're right. There's something wrong with your surgical whatever, and we have to fix that. There was no
Right,
discussion of that. So,
right,
yeah, try again.
right,
Next.
right. So, and, and and again, I don't understand why she honestly thinks that anybody cares. Like everybody knows it's not the truth, because all we have to do is go back to the first one to know it didn't happen. So, what she wants to say she's going to do, I don't care. Like I said, I'm not going to, regardless of what she says, I'm not going to believe it. So she can skip me, she can miss me with that. I don't care. I think
Yeah.
that's what the consensus is I've heard is they're like, who cares? Everybody that even knows her name or even not her name knows. Oh, liar, 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 liar. So I'm sorry.
Remember, she did that for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
About a year and a
Yes.
half, completely off
Yep.
the
And
wall.
somebody made that last in infamy for me.
Yeah.
So yes,
She did it for, oh my God.
I know. And it's just like, oh, do they not know how they look? I guess not. And that's the true illness is, to not know the stupidity when it's right in your face. Save your streams and go back and relook at them, please. This goes for multiple people, and you will
When
see
she
what
first,
everybody's going, oh God, really? And they want
yeah,
to know why there's pointing and laughing.
well, exactly. And going way back when she first started her channel, and she had next to nobody listening except us weirdos that would leave peanut stream and then go listen to her scream into the void. Sometimes she would forget to put the sound on. So all you saw was a black screen and nothing, and the time would tick by and we're all going, what the hell? You know? Those were the funny ones because she never went back. And like when this is done, I go back and I listen to a little bit of it and find out,
I'll
you
be
know,
right back.
what I can fix, sound wise or within my incompetent computer knowledge. But I if I need to bring the mic a little closer or back away, that kind of thing. So I think most people do that. They just to see what they sound like or what the sound sounds like, but she never did. She just would start what she and forget to check to see if her mic was on, and she would just go for hours, and there'd be no sound. And then some brave souls used to type in her chat like check your mic or something like that.
Somebody that wasn't blocked. Amazing. That's a miracle. Good
But
Lord.
that was when we were mostly just listening to her crazy. Like I'd never heard anything so ridiculous in my life.
No. No, I never have heard like stuff like that either. I mean, I was just shocked that
Mhm.
somebody would sit and read into the void. Like they're
And
like having conversations with themselves basically, and it's like, whoa, this is
like on
okay.
a 20-minute loop, any normal person would say what they had to say. And once I timed her, and yeah, I'm not petty. I timed her to see when she made her point, what she had to say, and then start over again.
Oh, go all constantly.
And it,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, her repeat, and it was about a 20-minute thing. So every 20 minutes, she would start over again with the same points, the same, grievances, and it was just like, oh, lady,
Well, I
your
think I even
brain
said
is
that
a scary place
once
to
in
live.
I said it once in Discord. Is this a repeat? I thought I've heard this already. Isn't this a repeat? And it's like, oh, okay, good. I can skip it then. Thanks. It's like, okay. Oh no. Uh,
I mean, I know
because
we we talking points about her, but for us it's different because we're mostly cleaning up, what she puts out there, her revised
yes,
history and stuff like that. So yeah, we have to come
exactly.
back in there and remind everybody, no, that's not what happened.
Well, exactly. Yes, exactly. And it just well, exactly. Rebecca, boy, that's somebody should give that woman a medal. I mean, I would be beating my husband's ass if I knew I was getting ready to have a major procedure in a day and make me go out to eat while and sit and watch him eat.
Yeah,
Huh?
her timing was a
Huh?
bit off with that little skit because we know he was
Yeah.
sitting there at a table, probably had the menu, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but boy, that I mean, I know because
Of course.
if I had to do all that and my husband made me go out to eat for sit and watch him eat, or she gets this measly whatever 24 hours before, because we're in that time frame now, I would not be happy. I'm sorry, I would not be happy. So God love her, taking one for the team.
Mhm.
Wow.
Brave soul.
So
Brave.
well, yeah, I heard somebody said she was hollering for noodles the other night. I'm like,
Yes,
noodles? We're not
I
supposed to
caught
be
that.
eating
I caught
noodles.
that.
What? I thought maybe they misunderstood. I'm like, I don't think she's hollering for noodles. Oh wow. But again, everybody has already said it. MT hasn't been around and I don't know how long. He's been busy too doing life. And he comes back. And like you said, it's all for the attention. We all get it. And once you don't talk about her for a while, it's just like, oh no, she's got to stir the pot and
Yeah.
tag people and say this and say that, and
Mhm.
hoping to get a nibble for her attention, for her fame. So, what kind of fame? Who cares? That's just it. Does she not realize that nobody cares? Annie's crew, they don't care, and that goes for all the Annies.
Yeah.
Bless our hearts, we have the Annies. So it goes for all of them. Candy people, no, nobody wants her over there either. We certainly not over here either. No community I know of wants any involvement. So there's your hint.
You're just a talking point at this point.
Exactly. And no matter, again, no matter what she does, I'm not going to believe it. Nobody's going to believe it. Nobody cares. So she can just preach to the choir because, again, there's very little that I'm going to actually believe. So she might as well just quit while she's ahead, because it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. There's plenty of other stuff they're going to be talking about. She's old news. She needs to just go ahead and realize I've worn it out here. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will happen. We'll see. But she can do whatever she wants. But I'm not going to be around to see it. I'm going to be so freaking busy coming up. Oh my God. So it is what it is, and I'll be happy to get in. Like today, I was late. Oh my God, I just saw you were going live. I'm like, oh shit, I hope I can get done. So And I made it. I was a little bit late, but I made it. I know you didn't even know I was coming. I kind of surprised you.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I wasn't going to press you because I knew you just got home and you had shit to do, and I had things to say. But I'm so glad you showed up.
Oh well, yes, thanks. It's good. It's good to see everybody because I mean I've been just MIA for seems like forever, but yeah, I mean there's plenty of more fish to talk about and lots of crazy stuff going on. So like I said, you just spin the wacko wheel and yeah, it
Yes,
is what it is.
I like
It
that.
is what it
Yeah,
is.
we should do a hospital watch, surgery countdown.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think that's what she expects or something. I don't know because like last time. If she put up the name of the place and whatever, who cares? I'm not calling. I'm not calling this time. I'm sorry.
I'm not
It's not
going
that important to me.
to. I know she really wants us to do it so she can run with the we're stalking her story.
Something, but no. I mean, I'm sorry.
And
She
following
can
her,
do whatever she wants.
yeah,
Have her little surgery. Use the same photos over and over and over. You can repurpose them, girl. You know, you already got one with you in a mask and stuff, so go with it, run with it on me, you know. So, I mean, the ship will miss you. You know, you got a cruise coming up. So
yeah, right. I guess
you
that's why
gotta
she
be
scheduled her surgery,
smudging.
right? She scheduled her surgery so she wouldn't have to do the cruise. I got it now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But the cruise wasn't even going to be till November.
Well, she's got to recover.
Right. But
I don't know.
then
Do they let
supposedly
her
the
take
cruise was
vacation?
April and then she couldn't do that. And I was like, or June or July, or then it was
June.
supposed to be
Oh,
August and then September. And I'm like, wow, you were a busy gal. So
she is.
again,
She is.
nobody cares because it's all so far fetched,
And
you
funny.
know?
Of
Well,
course, giving her content, Rebecca.
yes.
That's what she waits for.
Oh, well, no, because right now I'm surprised she hasn't been on freaking out because she's so freaked out about having surgery and oh my God, she doesn't know how many friends, I don't have anybody, and oh my God. So I'm amazed that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Because the martyr vote's got to come in here sometime. Because look how she rolls. You know, Annie was having a very serious stream one night, and Candy was on the panel. She was on the panel, and then before the end of the stream, she had to come marching back into the chat to announce that, oh my God, one of Carlos's family members was, their child was affected by the horrible
Oh,
shooting, and she's
oh,
leaving up, links to Facebook pages that didn't exist, and it's like, please. And she's supposedly, related to Princess Misty, I guess is her name on YouTube. And the gal's got like 6,000 subs and stuff. Yeah, right. So again, nobody believes anything. It's like the little kid who cried wolf,
oh, God.
but
Yep.
they never did tell the truth for so it is what it is. There's always been, it's the sky is falling, but no, it's not really.
No.
So it's so old. Everybody's over it. Everybody is just over it. So
She lies in that bed and her mind doesn't shut up. She's on
mm-mm.
titty uppers and not enough downers.
Well, something. I don't know. I mean, she doesn't realize that she whispers, to say something to him, and you could people can hear what's said. And that again, it's going to go around like wildfire, like it always does. And so nobody's going to be left out in the dark except maybe her.
Yeah.
I don't think she remembers half the shit she says. So it is what it is. And again, there's so much other stuff to go on and stuff. And she's old news, so she can just pack up her little toys and go to a different side of YouTube, and maybe she can find another community to fool. So, and
Yeah.
she can rest assured, honey, we won't interfere because we don't want no takebacks. So they can have you.
Bye,
So you
Vera.
can go
Thanks
on
for showing
along.
up.
And she might have a shot at it because maybe if she goes somewhere else with Kiwi Farms being down for now, nobody will know who she is, and maybe she can worm her way in.
That's right.
Take care, V. Nice seeing you.
Yeah, thanks for coming up, sweetie. I'll meet you at the other place.
Yep, the other place, the other side. So, but yes, it's just stop. There's people are too busy now and selective, and it's not worth my time to even
It is.
go there. So,
Oh, we have been at this for over 2 hours.
oh my.
I think we have talked the talk. And as Vero so nicely said, there's life. And for me too.
Exactly. Oh, so I've got laundry still staring at me going, hello. So I better get that done. Good to see everybody. Thank you for coming in, catching me up a little bit. So awesome stuff.
Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. And thanks for coming in. And I'm sure I'll be back very soon. Bye.